Welcome to week 1 of the NFL preseason, where the rookies of today hope to become the stars of tomorrow. It's the Eagles and the Ravens, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
The Eagles defense, after a long summer, getting ready to go for the first time here in the preseason. And the one we'll be watching is this man at linebacker.
And what I liked about this organization in the offseason, they played no games with us in the media. They told us all they had to improve their defense, and they needed to get a building block type of a player moving forward, and that's exactly what they think they've gotten. Now they just want to see him play well in the preseason so that he's ready to be in the starting lineup and have a big year as a rookie.
And they'll begin by running the option. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a second down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ballgame, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. First down there on a pickup of 25.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
In motion, Aguilar. Jackson now. This goes to a former Eagle, Nelson Aguilar. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 36. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jackson will throw again. Going up top. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
13.
The slot man in motion right. Now it's Jackson. That one into the hands of Flowers. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. Fighting it off. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there. And it helps him move the sticks. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. They go play action with Jackson. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And they'll get this down to the 10. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams marching right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Eagles and the Pats on Thursday night.
So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. And coming out with the rest of the starters, the rookie out of Ohio State.
He got his first live game action last week in the preseason opener, Mike, and when you go back and watch the film, I think he did a lot of really good things. I think like any other young rookie player, there's a growth process. There's a lot of maturation that needs to happen, but if he can continue to work and learn and continue to progress, I think in a few weeks when the regular season opens, he could find himself as a week 1 starter.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4.
Let's go.
Operating from the shotgun, it's May. Open man, that's the tight end, Hunter Henry. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
On the ground, Gibson. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. First carry for Ramondre Stevenson. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And on that 3rd down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and Now brings up 4th down.
That's caught by Bourne. And he's going to pick up a Patriots 1st down. It's a gain of 12 facing 4th down. Osborne, the man on the move. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
And that is going to be knocked away. Incomplete. And with that, time has expired here in the opening quarter. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. From out of the gun, here's May. That is caught. And he'll take it on in. Hunter Henry. Touchdown, Patriots.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time.
So this defense headed out for the first time here in the 2nd half. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. Working out of the gun, it's May. And he'll be taken down up around the 32-yard line.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
This is already a little better than the first time they had the ball, Mike. Remember, opening possession, 3 and out. Showing some signs of life here now. Nice pick up there by the back to pick up the 1st down.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, here's May. Hauled in by the tight end, Henry. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially that it's not too serious. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Throwing is May. Into the hands of Juju. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. 2nd and a yard.
Let's go.
A give up the middle to Stevenson. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a 1st down. Osborne, the man on the move. Here comes the jet sweep. And a determined run there. He gets about 7 yards inside the 10-yard line.
When they called that sweep, Mike, obviously they're thinking, let's pick up the 1st down. They didn't quite get to the chains, but I think they're going to be pretty happy with that gain.
They'll run here with Gibson. And he's in for the touchdown. But hold everything. There is a marker down. These points may come off the board.
Holding offense.
So holding is the call. Take that touchdown off the board.
Still 2nd down.
On second down, it's May. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
They'll try to keep the drive rolling, facing 3rd and 6. Here's May. The open man is Osborne. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks.
So now this defense in need of a stop as they come out here in overtime. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10.
Ready up. Panther 60. Panther 60. Let's go now.
To throw now, May. There's Osborne with the grab.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
May to throw on 2nd down. Quickly to the outside and complete. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. Throwing now is May. That one to the veteran Hooper. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. Here's May again. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And the offense will elect to burn a timeout. 5 seconds remaining in this 2nd quarter. So it's a win here for the visiting Eagles as they move to 2-0 in this preseason, getting that 2nd win here in week 2. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. And coming out with them, it's the rookie, their second-round draft pick.
Come on, set.
On play action, Love. That's caught downfield. Dobbs. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Set.
Now the replacement for Aaron Jones. Here's Josh Jacobs. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
Nice pickup there by Jacobs, and I really like this signing this offseason, Mike. I mean, with the departure of Aaron Jones going to Minnesota, they know how important that backfield is alongside Jordan Love. Can he help this Packers offense take that next step forward? And certainly done his part so far. Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard it.
A second down throw for Love. Over the middle, he fits it into Dobbs. And he will score. Romeo Dobbs. Touchdown. So now this defense in need of a stop as they come out here.
Ready. Ready, ready. Check pink.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
Down. Ready.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a 1st down on that gain of 5.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Not what you want to see quarter 1 of week 1. 2nd down and 8.
Let's go now. Check right. Blue check.
And the big back, A.J. Dillon. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
Back's going to be incomplete, and it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run.
So this defense headed out for the first time here in this second half. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10.
Red, cycle.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. The open man is Reed. He's got it. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
Here we go.
From the gun, it's Love. This one is caught by Reed. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
Ready.
On first and 10, here's Love. Right side, catch made by Dobbs. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
Here we go. Black block. Smith red. Opposite. Green. Ready.
Throwing on second down, Love. It is brought in the end zone. Christian Watson. Touchdown, Packers.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure, and I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
So now this defense in need of a stop as they come out here in overtime. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on first and 10. To throw is Love. Oh, and he's going to go down. He could not get rid of it, and that's going to bring an end to this first half.
With the score, Eagles 20, Packers 14.
And so now this defense in need of a stop as they come out here in overtime. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off first and 10. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. He'll get this out wide. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. They'll try again. It's second and 10.
Ready.
Here's Luck. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him. And we'll bring up third down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Here's second and 9. run up the middle with Jacobs. Jacobs, first down and more. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
Yards are hard to come by there. They work it down to the 37-yard line. They'll come up on a second down and 8.
Here we go, set. Check, pick. Cut.
They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. Good running there. He's got the first down inside the 30.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. That is a gain of 15 halfway there as he's down at the 15.
Let's go.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Here's Love. He'll get that complete to Dontavian Wicks.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass.
And he will score! Game on! Luke Musgrave! Touchdown, Green Bay. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off. So now this defense in need of a stop as they come out here in overtime.
Come on, set. Cut.
They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And that's going to be shut down quickly. He'll get this one only up to about the 2.
Watch out now. 50 series.
Here's a 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Ready?
Now Love. This one on target. It's down. Running free at the 45. Inside the 20. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 98 yards. Touch. So now this defense in need of a stop.
On the double. Set, hut. Set.
On first down, it's Love. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. Jacobs. Lots of space. Past the 45. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. This is 1st and 10.
Ready. Check white. Blue check.
They'll drop to throw. This is taken in by Dobbs.
Hurry.
It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. And that was very nearly a disaster at this juncture of the game. But fortunately, a teammate able to cradle it, and they keep possession.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sacked, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
That's a tough incompletion right there. Feels like that down was their only chance to extend this possession enough to end this game in regulation. I think the smart move here now is you have to punt this ball away. You cannot risk a fourth down failure and give your opponent a shot.
So now this defense in need of a stop as they come out here.
On the ready.
Love to throw it on first down. Short throw there, pulled in by Musgrave. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Here we go, set. Go. Set.
On second down, Love. That's Dobbs, open left side. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a first down.
Let's go now. Set.
On the ground, it's Jacobs. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Starting to see a back right now, Mike, that's finding his way with this defense. Back-to-back big gains. Have to see, do they just continue to ride the hot hand, or do they start putting the ball in the air?
And this time they are ready for him. He'll be thrown for a loss. No big gain that carry. It's second down.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. That's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
Set. Ready. Black block. Smith ready.
Here's Love. He'll keep this himself. And he will have a Packers first down as they get 5 on 3rd and 2.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that first down himself.
Come on, set. Ready, ready.
Looks like movement over there on the left side, and the flag is down.
False start, offense. Still first down.
Here we go, here we go. Ready.
We'll go play action with Love. That is caught. What a throw. Jaden Reed. Touchdown, Packers. So, it's a win for the Packers.
It's week 2 of the National Football League, and we'll see who rules the skies in tonight's battle. It's the Falcons and the Eagles on Monday night.
Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Darius Slay with the stop. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Second down now, 7 to go. Out of the gun, Cousins. That's more on the quick slant. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down. Going right side, Robinson with it. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap
Still
because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Working from the gun, it's Cousins. That's into the hands of Moore. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Shotgun snap now to Cousins. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Wow, wide open here. Complete. All the way. That's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Drake London with the touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah,
First and 10. Here's Cousins. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cousins. Pass is caught. That's Darnell Mooney. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. From the gun, it's Robinson. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Back to throw, Cousins. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Cousins dumps it off to his running back. this is marked down right along that 40-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
First down throw for Cousins. Able to get it to Moore. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the third and short in your back pocket and get even more aggressive and take that shot.
He'll get this complete to Mooney. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Looking for his wide receiver there. So that brings up second down. Now Cousins again. Into the hands of Pitts. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Eagles territory.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
It's the 2-minute warning now from the link. It's the Falcons. With it, 3rd and 2. They fake the handoff. Now Cousins. Complete beyond the marker. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down, and nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On 1st and 10, it's Cousins. Got a man, it's London. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. Working inside the red zone. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down, because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Play action now for Cousins. He'll get this complete to Pitts.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Robinson. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be at 2nd. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Cousins out of the pistol here. On him quick, and they bring him down. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break.
Kate, you just know as a quarterback, there's situations where you're going to gain the trust of the play caller, or quickly lose it. And when you take back-to-back sacks, you've lost the trust of your coordinator. And now on third down, you better do all you can to regain it.
They've got a man in motion. They go play action on first. Finds his target, Robinson. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. First and 10 are under Robinson. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Sidney Brown in on that stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. From the 48. Pitts brings it in. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Third down give to Robinson. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there. He's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, came at the perfect time.
Completed over the middle. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Finds London on the slant. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons start the second half with some needed points. Drake London with the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Out of the gun, Cousins. That's brought in by Mooney. Get some space around midfield. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
Yeah, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
And not much doing. He stopped quickly. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Falcons losing by 7. Second down now, 7 to go. Back to throw. Got it, man. Robinson has it. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. Third and a lone yard coming up. to throw. Throw wheeled in by London. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. Pick up a 5 on that play. And the Falcons will have a first. Setting up to pass. Moore's got it. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. He'll look to throw it. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
Throwing now. Has him on the quick hitter. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives him 1st and goal.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Here he is to throw. And that's complete in the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons cut it to a point late in this one. Drake London with the touchdown. So it's an Eagles win here in this one. And this game, well, it came down to the final moments where it was their clutch score that proved the difference and set up this victory.